Hello everybody, Jurassic Player here, and today I'm going to be showing you the EZVi firmware update. The current one is 1.03, or no, actually 103, I think. One of the two, either way, it's a firmware update. And if you just saw my last video, I probably will be uploading it right before this one. That one tells the difference between firmware and kernel or OS, and I'd suggest you look that up just to see that little tidbit. It's at the end of the video, and clear that up, because there's a very big difference between the two, and mixing them up or merging them together is a very bad idea. But anyways, this is to show the firmware update for the EZVi. And so as you see here, when you load it up, it's a separate NDS file, so you can just load it up at whenever you feel like it. And it says, welcome to the EZVi firmware upgrader, blah blah blah. And then it tells you your hardware and your firmware version, your current firmware version and your hardware. The hardware is the actual flash card, what build it is, and yeah, that's it's a helpful thing to know, really helpful actually, in case you need like help with your EZVi. It's good to know these numbers, and just tell somebody that, and they can probably help you out. Especially MB Max. He is like the guru of EZVi stuff. And so on the bottom screen you see the exact same thing. It's just in Chinese instead of English. And so I'm going to press Y to continue. And so then again it says current firmware version is 101. And then firmware version is 103. And of course press A to update. Bottom screen, same thing. Press A. Writing flash. And of course that was pretty quick, so I couldn't read all of it. I doubt my camera actually was in focus at that point, so you kind of just have to look at it yourself and maybe take a picture. So it's finished updating already. That actually might have been a little bit quicker than the DS2, which is something. So anyways, let's see. It says please shut it off. DSi users require a longer shutdown by the power button. In other words, that means you have to hold the power button and turn it off manually instead of soft resetting. And so I'll just turn it off and turn it back on. Now, the great thing about the EZVi is that it shows you the firmware and the kernel and your hardware version inside the menu. And so if you go to your settings, which I believe is this icon in the default, here we go. It tells you the version number of your hardware, your firmware, and then of course your kernel. So as you can see here, my firmware version is now 103, and then my kernel is Open Beta 6. And that's it. Apart from that, you can delete your EZVi firmware update file, as that is no longer needed. And that's about it. Yeah. Just make sure that you follow all the instructions that you see about the firmware updates, along with the kernels, and you should be fine. I would suggest reading it and then rereading it maybe 2 or 3 times just to make sure that you aren't going to screw up your EZFlash 5i, because both the EZFlash 5 and the EZFlash 5i are a bit more complicated to get started than the other flash cards. But once you can differentiate between the firmware and the kernel, and of course you know what this stuff is used for, then you're pretty much good to go, and then you'd have a great card. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.